Welcome everybody to the channel. It is semi-original guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advance Wars by Web, bringing you another replay commentary of a match that I had about 2 months ago or so against Mangs 1337. The map we are playing on is Adrenaline Rush. This is a tier 4 high funds matchup. So now that we got that out of the way, Adrenaline Rush is a very interesting map. Super cool map. It's got a lot going for it. Now, in general, this is a no HQ map. A lot of the high funds matches that you see, they won't have HQs at all because they add extra funds. So a lot of the time you see labs being used instead of an HQ. So this one, we have multiple bases. We're actually going to have 3 bases on each side. We have an airport. We got comm towers in the center that are very contestable. But the only thing that's different about this match than a lot of other ones is you start with a pre-deployed unit. That's right. 2 pre-deployed units, aside from the infantry. We have a missile and a lander. Now, the missiles are on the opposite sides of you, so they are an immediate threat to the opponent's airport. So one thing that a lot of people want to do is they want to get rid of that missile right away because it is bothersome. You do not want to have that missile around for too long. Aside from that, Adrenaline Rush is a... it's kind of like a pretty standard map. You know, there's not really too much to it, but it looks really confusing at first glance because you have a lot of shoals, which is interconnecting a lot of the land. So there's a lot of angles of attack. There's multiple ways you can go about this map. You can do like an HQ rush or a lab rush, or you can really just completely overwhelm your opponent and just send them to the Shadow Realm, more or less. So yeah, it's really cool. Anyways, so high funds, tier 4, Kindle is actually an option that you can play. Because she's a little bit less powerful in the high funds department. Because fund sapping isn't really all too much of a problem when you have lots of funds. But the additional damage she does, you know, is very good. And then her super co-power can do quite a bit of damage, right? Kindle's day-to-day abilities will include plus 40% firepower while on cities. This map does have a lot of cities, so you might be able to get a lot of value out of that. Her Urban Blight ability will do 3 HP of damage to anything standing on a city. And her Super Co-Power will actually increase her firepower depending on the amount of cities that she has. So I believe it's a 3% bonus per city. In addition to that, Urban Blight and her Super Co-Power will grant her additional firepower on those cities. I think the Super Co-Power will go all the way up to like 130%. So very, very, very effective if you can get the proper placement for it. Now, on the other hand, we have me. I chose Jess. Now, Jess loses 10% attack power on all of her air units, navy, and foot soldiers, but gains 10% on her vehicle units, which is very effective. Plus, she restores all the fuel and ammunition that unit has already spent and lost. So I figured, especially for this map, high funds, you know, maybe it would be a good pick. Plus, she gets additional movement of +1 or +2, depending on if it's the co-power or super co-power. Alrighty. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this one, and we're going to dissect what happens. It's been a long time since I've seen this replay, but I did save it, so obviously something happens, right? So, let's find out together. Alright, so let me just keep order static. Alrighty, so we're going to keep the order static so we know who's first player, who's second player. But Mangs is the first player here, the Kindle player. So the first thing we do is just our standard infantry builds, you know, nothing out of the ordinary so far. Now, let's stop on this day right here because we already have a decision that has been made. Very, very key decision. So both players have decided to get a artillery unit on the field. So it's there. It's on the field. It's ready to do stuff. Now, my thoughts here, at least with my artillery, was I was planning on building an artillery so that I can send it right here and immediately take out the missile unit, which is sitting right there. I want to get it out of the way so that I can start getting transport copters. I can start getting battle copters on the field. You know, Jess, she gets that decrease in firepower, but you still want to have the battle copters on the field. You want to have as many units as you can. All right, unit count, super important. Any of the pros will tell you that for sure. Now, I myself, I am definitely not a pro. I am mid-tier AF, as the kids like to say. So, it is what it is, you know? But sometimes I surprise myself. Alright, so, Mangs has put his artillery on here on the city, so it's going to be able to do a lot of extra firepower towards this missile right here. He moved his lander in a little bit closer, so it's going to be able to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 6. Maybe 5. Either way, it's going to be able to get up there super, super quick. I did the same with mine, but I moved mine here because I wanted to capture the airport as quickly as possible, right? Alright, we can skip ahead here. So, Mangs has captured his port. He's going up for some of the cities right over here in the center, capping a city over here. Now, it takes quite a bit of time to actually get these back cities and these middle cities, because you have to allocate a lot of your forces over here by your HQ first, or your lab, in order to defend that. And you have to threaten the opposing lab right away, too. Otherwise, things get a little dicey. Alright, so we both destroyed our missiles. So I destroyed my missile by doing a joint attack with the infantry and the artillery. Mangs was able to just completely one-shot the missile on his end over here with that extra firepower. So he has his lander loaded up with an infantry, I believe. Ready to most likely land right here on this island, start capturing. I want to do the exact same thing, but I think I'm going to be loading this infantry down here. Let's just see if that is the thought. Alright, so I wait until I capture this one. Now, I believe... Was I captured? No, okay. So with this infantry right here, I know that I'm immediately threatened by this guy right here. So if I actually go in and capture that city right there, I'm going to get interrupted. Oh boy. I'm going to get interrupted and nothing is going to be able to be done because I have no reinforcements. So I'm like, do I really want to risk that? No, I just want to get some properties. So I actually bring my guy back, cap one of the back properties. I feel like if I brought him up there and attacked or started capping the city, it would just not go well. I would just end up losing an infantry and then, yeah, things wouldn't really be too good at that point. Alright, so we see the lander doing work, transporting that infantry down. Mangs is going in to actually cap this city right here. So he's going to be getting that, and it looks like he's going to be able to get this city right here. So if he plays his cards right, I believe he's going to have a pretty significant advantage on the funds at that point. Alright, so we have an anti-air and a neo-tank. Neo-tanks on the field. Let's go. That's what I like to see. Bypassing the classic medium tank and going straight into the gentleman's club. That is what it's all about. Now, that's a super good strategy for high funds. If anybody ever actually does play high funds, one thing that I found is you really don't want to waste a lot of your time with like small units. Sometimes you can, depending on the map, but a lot of the time, it's almost worthwhile just to tech up right away and get like the heavy units on the field. Because if your opponent wastes time, like what I did here, buying like 2 small units, and your opponent just buys like a neo-tank or something, you're not really going to be able to defend against that neo-tank. And then that's just going to put you 1 neo-tank behind, right? But since he did that, I did do a little bit of a different route. You know, I decided to go in with the small units. You know, I have a couple artillery on the field. And I'm just hoping that's going to be enough to deter the neo-tank. So, hopefully it is, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, you know. So, Mang's moving in, heavily capping a lot of properties, bringing that neo-tank down, going double anti-air right now. Really, really, really going to be pushing the dominance of the air units. He doesn't want me to have any air units in this match. So, even though I'm playing as Jess, he has enough foresight to know that air units are going to be very effective on this map. So, I think he's definitely noticing that for sure. Alright, so I do see a free shot with my battlecopter, so I go in and take it. Now, the funny thing about this is if he actually decides to move in with his neo-tank and attack this battlecopter, it would do, like, a lot of damage. Like, a significant amount of damage. Because I do believe that neo-tanks have more firepower than battlecopters. Especially when it's already injured. I think it would probably take me all the way down to 5. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. Now, I did decide to build a Neo-Tank this turn. So I do have a Neo-Tank down on my weak front to defend against this Neo-Tank. Mangs also decides to build a Neo-Tank on his theoretical strong front. Right? Now, I say theoretical, but it actually is a strong front. Right? Now, he does not actually go in for the attack, which is kind of surprising. Because this guy's not actually in range to hit it. This guy's not in range to hit it. So I think that would have actually been a fairly safe attack to do. And that would have put me on the defensive, like, very, very soon. Very fast. So I almost think it would have been a better idea. Because then he could have actually moved in with the anti-airs afterwards. And threatened the infantry, forcing me to probably pull back, like, down into this corner here. And, like, immediately threaten that lab, right? But not something he did, so I don't really have to worry about it right now. I do bring my Neo-Tank up now, finish capping the island, bringing a few units up. I am going to attempt to gain this property back. Okay, so if you're wondering why I did this, because this guy he is in range to hit it. So is this guy. But this cannot one-shot this. Now, this could come in to do like a two-shot. So I thought it was like fairly safe right here still, especially with the Neo-Tank backing it up. So even though this is in the front line, I still felt it was pretty safe. And I really needed to threaten this property to get Mangs to back off of that property. So hopefully it works. Hopefully my plan works out a little bit. And then Mangs throws me like left field here and tosses a battleship into the equation. So Kindle battleship on a port. Wow. No, you don't want to be dealing with that, right? So that pretty much effectively stops me from capping the HQ. There is no HQ capping that's going to be done anytime soon. And with the Neo-Tank reinforcement coming in, the artillery... Ooh, I don't know. That's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Alright, so we'll see what happens down on his weak side if he decides to push in for an attack. No, so he is going to be pulling back. So that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping he was going to pull back. He was going to be like, well... don't want to attack here. So thankfully that is what happened. So I go in and continue capping a lot of my properties, and I have to rethink my entire existence at this point because that battleship completely threw me for a loop. Now I think what my plan was I was considering actually just going up and trying to cap the lab like really quickly, but yeah, that battleship. The battleship ruined everything for me. Okay. So readjust my forces and set up a little defense right here. I believe it's like not too bad of a defense, although it does look like these units would be able to take out these two for sure. However, the counterattack from this area would be pretty devastating, right? So I still think it's pretty defended. I still think it's pretty good. Pretty good. Now that Neo-Tank moving up by his lab, though, I'm not really a huge fan of that. He does join cap on the comm tower to assist with that capture. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that capture now, which is problematic. And it looks like he's shifting over to the center now. He's going to try to gain control of the center. Builds a MegaTank. What? Oh, jeez. I forgot that a MegaTank came into the equation here super early. Like, what is this? Ah! Ah, that's spooky. Now, a lot of people say that MegaTanks aren't necessarily worth it. And, you know, I'm kind of on the fence about them. I do enjoy MegaTanks. I love MegaTanks. If you can make them work. Now, on this map, I do believe that it's possible to make them work because we have access to an early lander and lots of shoals. So, by building a MegaTank right here and then using this little boat right here, we can plop our MegaTank right here or right here. right away. So that cuts down our travel time by like 2 or 3 days at least. So not a bad play for sure. Really, really defending that weak side, that's for sure. Alright, so I'm trying to like rethink my existence once again. I'm like, this is like not very good. Not very good at all. I'm like, what do I even, like, what do you do in this situation, right? So we got 2 Neo-Tanks in the middle. We have a battleship. We have a MegaTank. And, you know, I do have some Neo-Tanks of my own. I got lots of tanks. But I can't really push in yet. So doing another join cap. Builds a fighter. An anti-air unit. Ugh. Going in for first blood here. Well, I guess not first blood, but let's say first blood because it's the first vehicle unit that's struck, right? Okay, good. So first blood. Ow. Pretty hefty damage against my tank. Now, let's see if there's anything that I can do to counter this little shenanigan of a play that's going on here. I am super close to my co-power turbocharge. Pretty close to a turbocharge, people. I'm so close, okay? So close. It's coming. Don't worry. But we'll see. Alright, so this 3 HP tank right here, I'm like, whatever. It's a 3 HP tank. There's not really going to be too much that I can do with it. More than likely, the 3 HP tank would just end up dancing around the map, trying to find like little pop shots that I can take, but not really being super effective. Now, I took a look at the unit count, 32 to 31. So I know it's still fairly even, and I know that he joined cap 2 infantry. So I figured that losing the tank, not too bad, just to make sure that the rest of my units have the turbocharge firepower boost, right? Plus the movement. Because pretty sure that I can get some good attacks here. So I do take out his tank, attack this Neo tank with my battlecopter. Not a lot of damage, but a little bit of damage, right? Gives me just enough damage that I can take that Neo tank down to 3 HP. Probably would have been at 4 HP, if not. Plus, it's on a city, so the counterattack would have been fairly powerful. Now, follow it up with a little tank hit. Now it's sitting at 1. And I am going to stop Mangs from getting this property here. So he is going to be able to actually do nothing about it, because none of his units can reach. Great. Score 1 for the semi-original guy. Alright, so I know that he's going to have either a SCOP or a COP. We don't know which one is going to be coming up next. But all I know is they're both going to be bad if he decides to pop them. So, now what a lot of Kindle players will do, and I'll tell you this, is sometimes, especially if you're playing in fog, right? Okay, this is more of a fog thing. But some Kindle players will actually hold on to their Urban Blights. And if you can predict that your opponent is going to like triple build like really small units or something to sort of mitigate the Urban Blight damage, some people actually hold on to their co-power for an extra turn, just attack you again, and then pop their co-power the next turn when you're forced to build heavy units, because you can't build small units 2 days in a row. I mean, you can, but putting yourself at a disadvantage. So some Kindle players will be sneaky like that, so you gotta watch out. But we'll see which one Mangs decides to pop here. So our properties are sitting even, 44 to 44. I'm ahead a little bit on units. However, I am the second player, so normally the second player in the early stages of the game will be a little bit ahead. A little bit ahead. At least at the end of their turn. So he pops the Urban Blight. So by popping the Urban Blight, that pretty much guarantees that you're going to have 2 Urban Blights in a row. Okay? So, I did build the MegaTank there, because even though I knew that the Urban Blight was coming, I was like, I need a counter to the MegaTank. Now, I could build a bomber, but the bomber is going to be countered by the fighter. So that's not going to work, right? Not going to work. So the only thing that I can think of was, okay, well, let's just build the MegaTank, send it up there, blah, 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 and we'll see what happens. See what happens, you know? No plans, just go. Builds another MegaTank, though. It's like, oh, boy. Oh, boy. Now, I am actually not really a huge fan of the lack of anti-air I have. So, I'm going to have to do something about that in the future. Look at that battlecopter hit, though. Like, that's huge. Just one-shots a tank. And this Neotank moves in, doing massive damage to my Neotank. I'm like, what? Oh, but my Neotank coming in with the counter damage. Boom! No. Can't keep a Jess tank down. Except now you can. Poop. That's unfortunate. Oh well, that's okay. It was still good to see. Neotank served its purpose. The entire plan for that Neotank was take out that Neotank, right? So, it worked. Definitely worked. Okay, let's see what else happens. Doop, 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 boop. Cool. So now he's ahead by 2 holes. 2, or is it 4? That has 2 properties. So he's got 2 properties on me right now, which is like not too great. So, what am I gonna do? Alright, so I do a couple counter attacks here. Sacrifice my battlecopter to actually do some damage to this battlecopter. Now, I wasn't really expecting too much else to happen with that, right? So, let's see what else happens here. Boo-boo-boo. Blocking in the MegaTank. Hopefully, that does not move anywhere. Using my artillery to shield this MegaTank in here. Don't want that moving around very much. Now, he doesn't really have a whole lot of units here to sort of wall break this, so I feel like I'm kind of okay. Kind of safe, more or less. Build another MegaTank, but as we all know, Urban Blight is going to be happening again, which is unfortunate. Ooh, and the MegaTank pops it. Pops the Urban Blight. Ouch. And that battlecopter moving in doing some heavy damage, taking out my other Neotank. Aw, shucks. You hate to see it. 6 damage to my flippin' Neotank from that battlecopter. 6. I mean 4. Taking it down to 6. Whatever. Leave me alone. Tried my best, folks. Oh, but that was just like, ouch. That's not what you want to see. It's not what you want to see at all. Okay, I don't think anything else really happens here. We do see some nice boosts with that MegaTank again, though. Which is very good stuff. That's what you want to see. Alright, so I pop Overdrive. I don't even pop the Turbocharge, I pop the Overdrive. Why? Because I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I lost too many units. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to pop this, and we're going to flippin' level the playing field, I think. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But that extra movement does actually help my my anti-airs move super close, and oops, don't want to do that. Okay, so let's see what sort of power I managed to do here. What sort of vicious attacks I can pull off. Oh, nice. Yeah, so I do manage to get a couple very nice shots in here. I don't know why I attacked with this first. I probably should have attacked with the artillery first. That probably would have been a smarter idea. No. No. You know what? I wanted it to be a little bit more injured, and I was hoping that the luck damage was going to help me out there. Doesn't help me out too much, but it helps me out enough, so whatever. You know what? 7 HP MegaTank, better than a 10. It's still going to be one-shotting things, but whatever. Whatever. What can you do? It's okay. building more MegaTanks, because officially this has become the MegaTank show. So, gotta get more MegaTanks on the field. And the nice thing about this, too, is now I have 3 MegaTanks, and he's only got 2. And my unit count is a little bit higher. The value is about the same again. So, not too bad. Now he's pulling his MegaTanks back. Except for one of them. One of them goes up, one-shots an infantry. You know, you hate to see it, but you love to do it. And my poor Neo tank, 1 HP now. Almost gone. But I got some threatening little tanks in the back lines here, which is super fun. I'm hoping that they're going to cause some harassment. Although at this point, it would probably make more sense. I feel like I need to keep attacking here. But this side is getting a little bit out of control, in my opinion, too. Because if this Neo tank comes down and threatens this area, well, you all know how that would go. And he busts out another MegaTank. The MegaTank show indeed. That's probably going to be the title of this episode here, the MegaTank show. I already got the medium tank show, so we got to have the MegaTank show. Maybe next time we'll have the Neo tank show. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, folks. Alright, just clipping infantry. Making sure that they stay down, stay out of here. Get out of here. Nobody wants you. Taking a huge shot on that MegaTank with mine. Did you folks see that at home? This tag team attack. Ba-bomb. Ba-bomb. Done. Out of here. Now, unfortunately, that does charge Urban Blight once again. But it's probably safe to say that Urban Blight will be popped almost every single turn this entire game. So, it's something that you're just going to have to accept as you're playing, so you might as well just do the damage while you can. But now I have a fat, steaming pile of MegaTanks up in the front line, and I'm hoping that Mangs has no idea what to do about it, you know? I'm hoping that he just sees those MegaTanks there and he's just like, I better get out of here. But, you know, Mangs, he's a crafty guy. He's a crafty guy. He'll come up with some crafty things. So we'll see what happens. And that was a given. You know, we're going to have that Urban Blight again. More MegaTanks coming to the front lines. Spooky as all heck. Now, the one thing that he has, like, effectively done is he's made it so my strong side really has to defend up here. But, like, my weak side hasn't really had, like, much conflict. It's had a little bit of conflict, but, like, not too much. Now, unfortunately, he does rush in there and block my airport with his fighter, which is super unfortunate. That's a classic move. I love doing that kind of stuff if you can pull it off. I mean, I've had people do it to me too, and it does not feel good when it happens. But when you do it to someone else, you're just like, yeah, feels good. But he does get that lock on me, so we're going to see if I can do anything about that. Now, the unfortunate thing here is since he built this battleship, he doesn't have access to the port to refuel his lander. So he is going to have to actually get an APC buy in order to keep that on the field. But he does buy double bombers this turn, which is like not very good for me. Not good at all. So let's see. I don't really have anything to counter double bomber at the moment. I do have like a few anti-air on the field, but like I don't have any fighters or anything, and my airport just got locked. I do have an airport in the south. Or I could potentially buy a fighter. But I buy a battleship instead. So now I have decided to buy the battleships because I'm feeling like this is like super threatened right now. Very threatened. So unless I actually buy the bomber, it's possible that he could just rush in here and cap that super quick. And I don't want that to happen. So pretty much I feel like from this point on it's going to be anti-air from here. And that's about it. Just keep the bomber or keep the battleship alive in order to stop the lab from being capped. That's the plan. That's what I'm going with. And we're only sitting on day 16 right now, folks. Day 16, and already all this combat has happened. Like, we've already seen like 3 or 4 urban blights. We've seen a couple of my co-power and super co-powers as well. And things are getting volatile. Okay, we'll see what Mangs does here. So brings his boat back, pops one of my units there with the injured artillery. And then the MegaTank rolls up and takes out my other unit, which is super unfortunate. We got bombers coming in now. We got MegaTanks in the front line. We have tanks taking out my anti-air. Super unfortunate. And we have a whole slew of infantry coming in from the east. It's terrifying. Now, it does look like he's not going to be able to stop me from getting this city, so it looks like I'm going to be able to at least cap a property this turn, which is nice. Sitting at 48 grand now. Yeah, I know. I'm rich. Rich. 48 grand a day. Not too bad. Okay, so I know one of the very most important things that I really got to do. Well, 2 things that I really have to do. I have to keep the battleship alive, and I have to attack these infantry that keep popping up. So I have to make sure that every infantry is injured so that I can't cap the HQ in 2 turns. Very important right there. And the other important thing is to build that fighter, because you got to get that fighter over here so that you can threaten that bomber. Gotta threaten the bomber. You do not want that bomber anywhere close to that battleship. And especially, now this Neotank is out of range to actually hit this unit right here, which is very nice. I mean, you don't want that to happen. Ooh, big shot on my Neotank too. So he rolls all the way up down here, sits on the comm tower, takes the shot at the Neotank. Ow! And then gets the Urban Blight. Now, the unfortunate thing about this is I now have the battleship. So I am going to be losing a lot of funds repairing that battleship. But the nice thing is I do have the overdrive ready to go next turn. But this turn was devastating. So we're just going to replace some of that here. So I'm sitting well, I had a lot more units here. I had 33 units, and then if you just see the line of attack that goes on here, he just cuts me down with these mega tanks and these bombers just rushing in there. So we end day 18, or he ends day 18 sitting at 40 units, and I'm sitting at 24, and he's like 110k above me right now, and I'm like, oh, okay. But as you all know, I am Mr. Cannon, aka the semi-original guy, and I don't give up until still hope. And in my mind, there's still hope here, you know, because I can move this guy up here, pop that bomber for quite a bit of damage, taking it all the way down to 1. I am gonna plop this guy right there, 1 HP, holding down the fort. And I do have this anti-air here. And I got some mega tanks, right? Now I think if everything goes well, boom, huge hit on the mega tank, double huge hit on that mega tank. And I take out that Neo tank like almost completely. So even if I don't finish off these units, I just like took out a huge amount of his army with that counter push. He was sitting at 300,000. Now he's sitting at 195,000. So even if he's got some units, I mean, they're all injured. They're all almost dead. So you know what? Even if it looks grim, you know, it might not be as grim as you think it is. So let's hold on, folks. Let's hold out. Oh, whoops. I didn't realize it was Mang's turn now. Okay, so Mangs, another MegaTank. So immediately buys the MegaTank too. Like, he knows that it's the MegaTank show at this point. So we got to get those MegaTanks on the field. Alrighty, so big hits happening. He goes in to try to capture my lab now. So my lab is threatened, sitting at 11. Not a good number to be at. No. Don't want that. Ooh. Savage attacks. Okay, so now he's sitting at 38 units. 38 units. I have a whole lot of injured units around. And he is definitely dominating a portion of the map here. I have no co-power to back me up. So let's see what I can manage to do here. Okay, so I attacked this one. I think maybe I should have attacked this one. I don't know. Let's see how the rest of the turn goes. So, I do stop the cap on the HQ. So I don't want that to happen. It's like, no thank you. Not today. This isn't going to happen. Ain't no labs being capped over here on Adrenaline Rush. Alright, so pull my MegaTanks back. They're both injured. I can't let them be like super injured. Gotta keep them alive. Don't want to lose them, that's for sure. There is 4 of them on the field, but they're all injured, so. The MegaTank show is slowing down a little bit, but Mangs does have some fresh MegaTanks, so we're still megally into the MegaTankness. That is for sure. If somebody can figure out how many times I say MegaTank in this entire video, I'll give you a shout out. And we got the Urban Blight going on here. And yeah, heavy damage. Heavy damage. Ouch. Ouch. So you know what? This was actually a really good opportunity. So next turn, we see that I'm sitting at 48,000 funds, plus 1,700. So we'll see how much funds actually get sapped from me from an Urban Blight. Well, misplayed one of my infantry. They actually got clipped by that battleship, which is super unfortunate. Not what I wanted to see, but it is what happened, so. Ow, wow, what? What is this? Oh, that's unheard of. Look at this. What is this? Ow! Jesus. That's not something you see every day. The battlecopter, at full health, initiates an attack against an anti-air with 8 health, taking it down to 3, getting countered by 4, but boy, that was some vicious stuff. Alright, we still got we got way too many bombers over here. We gotta, like, get rid of these bombers. I do not like it. More MegaTanks in the fray. Oh, God. It's like, it just keeps getting worse and worse every single time you look at it. But I do have a turbocharge. So let's get the refuel and let's get the movement bonus and let's see what we can do. I'm only behind by 10 now. Only behind by 10. I was behind by like 16, 17, something like that before. I'm only behind by 10. And the fighter moves in, takes a big shot at the battle. Blah, blah, blah. The bomber. It's a bomber. I know. Big shots at the bomber. Battleship taking a shot. Was that against the anti-air? Yeah, it was against the anti-air. Also, look at that. So I'm 29,000 fun. So the Urban Blight is pretty much causing me to fight at a deficit of like 18,000, 19,000, something like that. So I'm only getting like 30k every single time he pops the Urban Blight too, and he has 50k. So it's like, it's pretty much like I'm fighting with a 20,000 fun difference right now. Not great. Not great indeed. Alright, so if you're wondering what that attack was for, it's because this MegaTank had one shot left, and I got rid of that shot. I got rid of all his ammo. So that made it so my 2 MegaTanks could go in and take out that MegaTank. No counter damage. No counter damage at all, which which was very nice. I felt like that was 100% needed, and it was very welcomed for sure. Okay. So, I managed to do enough damage there that I'm feeling semi-confident with myself again. Semi. I know. Name dropping. Alright. So, unfortunately, my fighter did take a huge amount of damage from the 2 anti-airs there. But, like I said, I needed to get that bomber down to at least 2. Because I don't want it threatening my battleship. So at this point, if I lose the battleship, I lose the game. It's plain and simple. There's not going to be anything that I can do to stop this push if I don't have the battleship at this point. Now, like I said, when Mangs originally built his battleship, that threw me off like completely, and I had to like completely rethink what I was planning, which is not really a good position that you want yourself to be in. So if you can, think of like multiple plans for your units, not just like one plan, and you'll probably be a lot better off at that point. Now, I do manage to two-shot this MegaTank that pushed up a little bit too far, which is very nice. Now, was that like from full? Yeah, that was from full. So that's a full MegaTank gone. Getting a little reckless with his MegaTanks. While I still have quite a few MegaTanks on the field. Now, they might be injured, but they're just MegaTanks. Powerful. Strong stuff. Alright, bringing my fighter like far away. I don't want it to be destroyed. I gotta keep it alive. Even if it's just 1 HP, you know, you want it. So at this point, I'm thinking like, okay, I managed to push him back. Leveled the playing field. Now is the time I need to start thinking about destroying that bomber. Really, really want to destroy that bomber. But then I just get hit by another Urban Blight. There goes all my funds. Double MegaTank drop in the front lines. This is like some terrifying stuff. Alright, so Mangs just shimmies all his units around. Starts building Neo Tanks. Can't quite get the MegaTanks on the field this turn, but Neo Tanks are still incredibly effective. Now, with that drop, I did notice that this bomber would be able to go up and take a nice little shot at it. So, take the shot. Why not? Do a little bit of damage. Use my fighter as a blocker on the city, because it's already at 1 HP, so I mean, an Urban Blight's not really going to bring it down anymore. And like, if anything hits it, it's dead. Right? So a blocker, that's what it's going to be from now on. Alright. Just readjust some of my units here, bringing my units around, getting them on cities. Gonna try to get a little bit of a repair. I feel like, I think I did that thinking that he wasn't gonna be able to get an Urban Blight this turn. Like, I don't think he's gonna be able to get one. Like, he would have to do some crazy stuff to get an Urban Blight. So I figured I would take this opportunity to get a little bit of repairs going. So yeah, he just readjusts his units over here. So now the huge conflict has subsided a little bit. You know, we're at sort of a stalemate, a standstill. We are going to recalculate ourselves here and see what happens. So I bring all my units down into a ball right here. Completely, basically just like completely keeping the HQ undefended. It's pretty much, unless he buys a bomber, I don't really have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, unless he gets that bomber, you know. We'll be fine. Hopefully. Okay, more readjustments happening. No combat yet. Okay, so he is like still way ahead in value at the moment, because he's just been able to buy more expensive units, right? Because I've been dealing with that stupid Urban Blight for like forever. Oh my god. But yeah, you can see here, they're dealing with quite a few units here. It's only got 2 MegaTanks, my 3 MegaTanks though, so winning the MegaTank show so far And I don't even want to know what the stats look like. We'll take a look at the stats afterwards. But this battle is still far, far from over. But I do pop a turbocharge because I see something. Now, I don't know what I see because I don't remember why I popped this, but let's see what I see and see if it's anything good. Okay, so pop 3 infantry. I don't get the kill on that anti-air though. So why do I pop it? Do I just pop it so that I can get in the mid? Was that actually the reason? Oh. I don't know. Maybe that was the reason. Well, I pop turbocharge, get the refuels, and get my units into the center, I guess. I guess that's what my plan was. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it works. I don't know. Alright, but that's a problem. We do have a bomber build from the east side again, which is unfortunate. Now we got a double tap going here. Ow, triple tap. Urban Blight. Doesn't get any of my MegaTanks though, which is super nice. Super nice for once. Oh, we got 2 MegaTanks. Okay, so holy macaroni. So it looks like he has just met me in the center. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be a colossal clash right here. Okay. I don't even know how I should attack this. What would I do? We got 2 fighters here, so the bombers coming in would be not a great idea. We could pop the Neo tank, but the Mega tank, they would come in. I don't know. Let's see. Alright, so I go in with the Mega tank, and I take out the APC. Okay. So I push myself up here. I do block off some of my units. No, I don't know about this though. I think I actually remember looking at this a while back. Let's just zoom in here. Oh, that is some nice units right there. Now I think... Yeah, so I remember when I was looking at this and I was kind of thinking about it and I saw something. Now if Mangs uses this artillery to take out this infantry, that could move this guy over here to take out this Mega tank, and this Mega tank can move in and take a shot at this one. That would actually leave this fighter open to come all the way down here, take a shot at this. And then if he's lucky with a Battlecopter hit right here, the other fighter could come in and take out this. Now, when I saw that he attacked this guy, I was like, yes! Woo! Thankfully. Thankfully. Now, let's see what else he does do, though. Because I believe he does do quite a bit of damage here. But... oh, I don't know about this. I think that might have been a misclick. Because there's no way you would want to attack an anti-air when a Mega tank is right there. I think that was a misclick. Unless he really just wanted to kill the bomber. I don't know. Okay, well, he does manage to do quite a bit of damage there. But when I saw that, I logged on the next day or whatever, and I saw that I still have 2 Mega tanks and my bomber, I was pretty excited. So I popped my overdrive, and I'm like, okay, I guess it's overdrive time now. Whoa, that was a bit too fast. So look at this damage. Boom. 9 HP, completely taking out that MegaTank. Gone. Out of here. 7 HP, taking this one to 5 too, which is very nice. Very effective. That 1 HP fighter still going at her. Still getting her done, that is for sure. Other MegaTank with 6 movement coming in, taking out a NeoTank, which is super nice. I was very happy about that. Other 9 HP one coming in, taking a huge shot at the NeoTank. Very nice. Now, I do know that he's got that bomber over on the east tank side, right? So I know it's there. Right? Don't get me wrong. I know. But at this point, I need to do a lot of damage over in the middle, because that's where the majority of his army is. And at this point, if I lose the battleship, it's actually not game ending anymore. It's not game ending if I lose it, but I still need to take out his battleship somehow, right? But we do have the high society coming in once again. Or actually, no, not once again. So now we have high society. So this is the super co-power. We have an incredible firepower boost right now. We can see the bomber taking this all the way down to 2. Very powerful. So Meng's coming in doing lots and lots of damage still. Still taking out quite a few units, getting into position, but doesn't manage to take out the MegaTanks, unfortunately. So I still have the 2 MegaTanks in the middle, but now the biggest threat is this bomber and this fighter over by my HQ. So what am I going to do against that? Because now that he popped the Super Co-Power 2, this guy is going to have the plus 130% firepower from the city, as well as the firepower bonus from the extra cities as well, which is 3% per city. And we have 24 cities. So 248, 72. 72 plus 130. It's like 202. Is that 202%? Ugh. It's not something that you want to be seeing. Alright, so battleship holding strong. I did manage to pop both of those units, so we're okay there. MegaTank and the NeoTank still moving in, still doing damage, not letting up. Gotta keep on pushing. Cannot let up at this moment. If you give him ground, he's gonna just come back stronger. But unfortunately, my bomber did take a big hit. And now it's gone, and my MegaTank is taking hits too. Oh no 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 no. Oh god. So yeah, I only have 1 MegaTank left here in the MegaTank show. Well, I guess I did just build 2, so I have 2 down there coming. But yeah, only 1 in the front line, and he's got a MegaTank as well in the front line. So I have to think of something to do against that. Now, I could sacrifice my 1 HP MegaTank. No, it doesn't. Oh, wait, no, I could. Yeah, I could turbocharge it. I could turbocharge it into this one, and then, like, follow up with a NeoTank. That would probably work. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I do. It's like, we're still, like, super even, though. Like, there's not really too much of a difference between both of our armies. I do have a little bit more presence in the middle, though. I did manage to swing the tides with the funds too. I'm sitting at the 52 now, and he's at the 48, which feels good. So I do the turbocharge. Let's see what we do here. Okay, so yeah, I do actually do that move. I should have went in with this one, I think, though, because that one would have actually finished it. But I do finish it with a battlecopter, but like, could have saved myself a move. Yeah, oh well, that's okay. Okay. Not bad. Yeah. I'm feeling okay about that, because now he's down to 20, right? And like I'm now up to 30. So I'm feeling okay. Feeling okay about that one, but he is coming in. He's doing more damage with battlecopters. You know, he's got the Neo tanks on the field still. He's got lots of fighters. He does the Urban Blight, gets it. He continuously cuts my fuel and ammunition down. Well, not fuel, but fuel and ammunition. We're not fighting Drake here, folks. We're fighting Kindle. Keep sapping my funds. That's what she's doing. Sapping my funds. Oh, now we got the medium tanks on the field. So now he's coming in with the medium tanks. You know, a bit slower than Neo tanks, but they are classy as all heck. That is for sure. Okay, boom, 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 boom. MegaTank still moving in. Fighters moving in, taking more shots. And we just have general chaos all over the map with no real plans behind them. They are just moving in closer. Now, I believe that my thought is I'm just steadily approaching buying the bomber to take out this guy. So I just want his units to just be out of there. I just want to take them out so that I can build the bomber and the bomber can move in uncontested. Uncontested and defended with my units. That's what I really want. That's what we all want for our bombers. It's just to be defended. We all want our bombers to be safe. Ouch. Okay. So day 30 already, folks. Day 30. Pop the overcharge, turbocharge, overclock, whatever. Pop the cop. We popped the cop over here, and we got big hits on the Neo tank, taking it all the way down to 3 with that joint attack. Combine 2 of my tanks together to make a full HP tank also, which is very nice. And I bring my units down. Injure this infantry. Injure the alien, because I don't want the alien sticking around very long. Boop, 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 boop. I'm not sure why I built the transfer copter. Now, I'm thinking that I just don't... It's taking too long to get infantry in the front line, I think, maybe. So I think I was just thinking about maybe sending that transport copter up to get a couple more infantry in the front. It's pretty much my only plan. Only plan with that. Now, Mangs does go on the defensive here. Doesn't actually attack the battlecopter with his Neo tank. Which, once again, I think is kind of a mistake. Ooh. Had to stretch there, folks. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just think that's a little bit of a mistake, because I think that the damage you would do is still super good. Plus, if it forced me to bring my Neo tank over here to attack that Neo tank, then the medium tanks could come in, but I don't know. What do I know? Okay. Got the fighter moving down. Totally defending my battleship once again. So even though it was taken all the way down to 2 HP and hit by multiple urban blights, it still stands. And we still got MegaTanks coming in, but now the MegaTanks are coming in from the other side of the map. They're coming in from the weak side now, pushing forward. Little by little, the MegaTanks will roll. But we got that urban blight once again. You know, it's popping up. Oh boy. Okay, we are gonna... So he does triple attack, take out that guy, the little battlecopter that was sitting there. But that is about it. Ow, never mind. That's not it. We have a lone MegaTank over here in the front lines. But unfortunately for me, the MegaTank is uncontested. I don't have anything that can actually take that MegaTank out from here. So I readjust a lot of my units over here. Just sort of holding the line a little bit, because I can't really push up here yet. So despite all the combat that has happened, we are still fairly even. Because I can't push up just yet. Because if I push up, it's not going to go well for me, I don't think. Just way too close to the reinforcement line. So I think maybe what I could do in this sense is I could maybe shift these units over here and start threatening this side like really, 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 really good. So I don't know. Let's see if that's my plan. Looks like that could be my plan. Yeah. I'm going mid. Okay, so Battleship does some significant hits. And let's see if he goes mid with these units over here too on the east-hand side. Yeah, starts going mid. We're just going to skip that. Not really much else happened. It does look like I'm going to steal another property. So now we're sitting at 54 and he's at 46. I don't want my my airport to get locked again, so I cover it with an infantry. And I am just slowly pushing my units around. Make a little line versus this guy right here, which is not too bad. Ow. There goes another one of my units. Okay, nothing really happens there either, unfortunately. So it's like, what do we do, right? Do pop the turbocharge. Now we pop the turbocharge to hopefully get rid of this MegaTank. Does it work? Yes! Thank you. Woo! Neo-tank, does it finish it? No, it doesn't. Ooh, fighter moving all the way in to take a shot at that fighter. Ooh, crafty. So I think at this point my plan is I'm just slowly going to try to suffocate him. I think that's what I want to do here. So I'm just going to move in. I'm going to try to cap like one city at a time. And just see if it works, you know? Force him to move units up. And I'll just get the counterattacks. That's pretty much what my plan is at this point. Ow. Oh, he urban blights me after that too, taking that down to 5. Ugh. You hate to see it. Oh, he does move in, though. Gets a couple attacks there. MegaTank moving in, too. Oh, it looks like he's trying to push in. He's trying to take out those lines, that's for sure. Trying to swap, or trying to flop a city back on his side, too. Let's see if that works. That city's not really necessarily needed for me at this point. And look at that, 54, and after the stupid co-power, it's like just 38. It's like I'm like no matter what, even if I'm like ahead in cities, it's still I'm behind in cities. So it's like just ridiculous. All right, just doing a couple little shimmies here. Getting some big hits though. Like I got a lot of value out of that one. A lot of value out of that turn. Do 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 do. And every single day, you know, the urban blights get more and more expensive too. Oh, what is this? Oh, we do get the attack though. Oh, that means I get another MegaTank hit. Ah! Oh, you love it. Now I do that, I'm pretty sure, just to... Oh, wait. Why do I do that? I don't know. Did I do that just to do extra damage to it? No, I did it to get the turbocharge. And move in with the turbocharge, taking it all the way down to 3. Because I still get the bomber hit, too. Ooh. Yeah, that was a good little show right there. Okay, let's see what he does to counter me here. Alright, does move in, take quite a few shots. Neo tanks are moving in, but he's not attacking the Mega Tank. Not attacking the Mega Tank, which is unfortunate for him. Yes. Very unfortunate. Alright, so I lock his airport. Start moving some of my units in. And now I'm like right beside the lab. So like I'm feeling pretty good right now. Sitting beside the lab. So now what I really need to do is I need to get like a bomber on the field so that I can take out the battleship. Yeah. Although I'm gonna need 2 bombers because 1 bomber is not gonna be enough. And he did Urban Blight again, doing tons of damage again. And he does counterattack with quite a bit here, because, you know, we're dealing with really, really big units, right? He does build the first mech of the game, so that's some beautiful stuff up there. You love to see it. But I do get the other turbocharge here, right? So I do manage to push in, take out the rest of the Neo tanks. Move my bomber into an uncontested position. Get the other lock on the airport. So now he's not going to have a fighter to defend against that, the bomber, thankfully. Oh my god. It's like things are finally coming into play here. And like this guy's not quite in position to take a shot at here, but this guy's in position to take the shot. Like at this point, it is finally over. It's like it took such a long time to get to this, people. Oh my god. But hell of a match. Holy moly. You know, you love fighting Mangs. He's such a fun guy to play against. But look at what we got here. So like, total generated funds. So I managed to get quite a bit more. But look at that. Okay, so spent on repairing 260,000 versus his 82. So I spent 260,000 funds just repairing my units from the Urban Blight. God. Just. Wow. So I used 8 co-powers and 3 super co-powers. He used 11 co-powers and 1 super co-power. Oh my lord. That is some devastating stuff right here, folks. What a match, though. What a match. Congratulations to Mangs for this fight. I thought this one was just like super fun and super cool. So I'm just really hoping that you all enjoyed watching that little slaughter. Because like, holy moly, it was just like this. Alright. Well, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I am still doing the replay reviews. So if you do have a replay that you want me to review, just send it to me on Advanced Wars by Web. My name is Mr. Cannon, MR_CANNON. Send me a link of the battle, and I will take a look at it, and you might possibly be featured on the channel. I do ask, just make sure that your matches don't have any bad language or anything like that used in it, because I do check the messages sent during the matches, so just make sure everything's clean, folks. Alrighty. And the other thing is I will leave a link in the description below where you can check out Advanced Wars by Web. Check out the Discord for Advanced Wars by Web. And I might actually put my own personal Discord, the Mr. Cannon's Advanced Wars by Web server of bad strategies. So if you want to join that and say hi, go ahead and do that too. Alrighty. So, in the meantime, that's going to be all. This has been Semi-Original Guy, aka Mr. Cannon, signing off. Bye-bye for now.